Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new tutorial on how to create Minecraft 2D. This is part 32, and if you watched the previous tutorial, you will know this tutorial is about particles. So, not only particles, I said we need to get a little bit more animation stuff going on, and like, I don't know, just some movement, you know? So, we only got this movement, and I created something like this. So, see? You can see it. The items will move towards the player, which is pretty cool, I think. Whoa, 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 whoa! What happens? It crashes. I don't know why. There's something wrong with my running thing, I think. Anyways, we're gonna add that. So what we are gonna do? We are gonna go to scripts and we are gonna go to items, and in here we will add this. So if the distance to object Steve is lower or equal as 40, and the distance to object Steve is higher than 1, then we want to move towards the point where Steve is with a speed of 80 divided by the distance to object Steve. So this will make sure that our speed increases when we are where we are getting closer to object Steve in this case. Now, why did I do this? I could leave this out of it. Well, let's say that the distance to object Steve is already 0. Then how could it ever move towards the point? It can't. So that means that it will give an error, and we don't want that. So just do this. Now, what if it is further away than 40 pixels of Steve? Then we want the speed to be 0, because we can get the item within 40 pixels, but what if we run away? Then the speed will always be moved towards point at that distance last checked. So that's not good. That's why we want to set the speed to 0 whenever we are out of this range, whenever we are out of this area of 40 pixels away from Steve. Now, I created this small project, which will make sure that we get a particle effect when we are destroying blocks, you see? So now we have and a breaking animation, and we get all these beautiful particles, which I think is pretty nice. So I am gonna implement it into our own project. Now, we don't need any extra sprites and stuff like that. The only thing we gotta do is add a object called, we can delete this by the way, called object particle. And in object particle we are gonna add a creation event, we are gonna add an alarm, and we are gonna add a draw event. Now this depth is 0, as same as the other objects, as you can see. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna put this particle to -1, which will make sure that the particle effects are here. Well, I don't know, maybe we can even leave it at 0, because this is created after all the blocks are created. So I think this will be alright. Now, in the creation event, we are gonna say that the sprite t variable is random 30. I will show you later what these variables does. And random, let's say 3. I don't know, it's pretty random, so you can adjust it yourself if you want any different effects, you know. Same with the gravity, you can adjust it like whatever you want. And the horizontal speed is gonna be random 3 multiplied. Yeah, I know what I'm right there. Alright. So the horizontal speed is gonna be random 3 multiplied by 1 or -1. So this could be 0, between 0 and 3. No, this can be between -3 and 3. I'm sorry. And the vertical speed can be also between 3 and -3. No, It can only be between 0 and -3. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. And the alarm is gonna be 10, always 10, plus random 30, so it can be between 10 and 40. And in alarm 0, we are gonna say instance destroy, because we don't want the particles to be forever existing. We want to delete it when it's not necessary to draw them anymore. And this is the draw event, and here we can see those sprite t, sprite t, sprite s, and sprite s variable again. So I'm just gonna copy it. So what this does, it is drawing a hang on a second. Yeah, this is a variable we gotta add as well, because this stands for the sprite index. So yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's just say sprite index. It doesn't have a sprite, but we are gonna change it. Now here it says what it does. So this is the image index, which will be 0. And this is the left, this is the top, this is the width, this is the height, and this is the x and y variable. Now we always want it to be a square. So let's say 2 by 2 pixels, or 3 by 3, or 4 by 4, etc. So that's why we have the same variable for and the width and the height. Same goes for left and top. This is just for from where to draw the sprite. So that's why I said that it could maximum be 28. I'm sorry, 28, because our pixels are 32 wide and high. So that's why we only can. That's why we say 28, because the size of the sprite, the height and the width, can be 1 plus 3. So that is 4, and 32 minus 4 is 28. Great. So now, when do we create this particle? That lies with the object we are breaking. So let's go to, let's say, grass left button. You gotta add this for every object. That's one thing that's pretty sad. That's because we have this going on, and this is different for almost every object, almost every block. So that's why we have to add this for every single left button event for every single object that uses particle effect. So that's not so smart, but you know, I don't know. Haven't thought about anything, how to fix that or anything. So we are creating this particle, but we want to say object particle here. Object particle. We want to say that object particle dot sprite index is the same as our sprite index. So this will set the sprite of object particle the same as this current sprite index object. Object sprite index. Wow, which is in this case sprite grass. So we can just copy this and paste it for some other objects. Great. I'm just gonna do it for everything. Hang on a second, what did I do with the cactus? Global left button. Alright, so here we gotta check if mouse X is than our personal X value, and mouse X is smaller than our personal X variable plus 32, and also mouse Y is higher than our personal X, and mouse Y is smaller or equal as our personal X value plus 32. Because this is a global left button event, so that's different. Now breaking is false, but we can add it, sure. I don't know if it's actually working on the real Minecraft as well, those particle effects on Bedrock, but we can just add it, can't we? It looks nice, so why not use it on everything? By the way, the bedrock layers are pretty buggy right now because the shaders doesn't affect bedrock layer. So we gotta do that as well, but I will do that later. That's probably because the bedrock layer has a different parent object. So we have to assign sprite shaders at the drive end of bedrock. So that's pretty easy to do, but I'm gonna do that later. And there we go. Now let's run the game, see if it works. I'm not sure because I haven't tested it already. I just created a new game and tested it there. There it works. So why doesn't it work here? All right. So the what I said about the depth, that's not true. So we have to assign a depth of -1 for the particle. All right. So it probably works around. It probably works now. Yep, and you can see it works pretty good as well. I think it looks pretty sweet. Maybe there is a little bit too much. And if you think there's a little bit too much or a little bit too less, you can go into your left button event and adjust this one. If you think there are way too much, then you say 1. If you think, oh, I want all of it, just say 15. So I'm just gonna say 5. Now, what I forgot to do, the shaders are not really working on the particles. So we kind of should add that as well to our particles. So particle, draw event, and then just say sprite shaders, right there. I don't know if it works on the draw sprite part. I'm not sure. Just let us test it. Nope. Nope. It doesn't work. No, definitely not. That's not good. That's obviously because I said to draw the sprite here, but that's not really what we want. Ah, alright, of course. Alright, of course. So we have to get a draw sprite part. Draw sprite part ext. Yep, it's here. So we need this one. Alright, so this is just the sprite index. This will be 0. This is what I meant with last tutorial. You only see me typing some stuff, which is pretty boring, and you know, I just wanna go through it. Don't let you guys wait for anything. So here we go, and then we have X and Y. And then we have, well, it's obviously just 1 and 1, and the color is gonna be C black everywhere. Yeah, C black. Hello. Yep. So C black. C black, and the alpha is obviously gonna be different. It's sometimes it's alpha 2, sometimes it's global alpha. So let's just say 2 right here, and okay, and copy this entire thing. Go to object particles, draw event, place it right here, and gotta copy this, place it right here. Place it right here as well. But then 1 minus global alpha. And place it here as well. Here as well. But then none. And one. So that should be it. I don't know if this uses a ton of CPU, GPU, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna test it, and if it doesn't work, we're gonna have to find another way. But I think this should be fine. So let's wait for. Oh, I'm here. So let's wait for the night rises, and we can test our game. I mean our particle stuff. So it kind of seems to work. I think it works. Yeah. Yep. It definitely works because I don't see particles anywhere, but I break a block. So that was it. This time for real. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.